So, I'm not really one for making up theories much, and Vocaloid theories would have to be oddly specific and mostly related to individual songs themselves, as a lot of Vocaloid producers like to make stories with very deep plot and lore. And while that's all great, I'm kind of not very smart sometimes when it comes to picking up subtle hints like that, so I'll leave those theories to other people. This video has to do with the design of one of our favorite Vocaloids. The reason I'm making this is because I once found an image that genuinely surprised me, yet also gave me all the proof I needed to give you an answer to the question, does Kagamine Len have a tattoo? Now, for some context, in case some of you Vocaloid newbies are wondering why it really matters. Hatsune Miku. You know her, you love her, hopefully, and when you saw her box art you noticed that 01 was printed on her arm. It doesn't show up in every drawing or model of Miku, but it's important enough that it's still relevant and a crucial part of her design. A common misconception new fans have is that she has that tattoo because she is the first Vocaloid to be made, and that is not true as she is actually the 7th, but we're not going to get into the history of V1 and early V2 today. Miku was, however, the first Vocaloid made by Krypton Future Media, and therefore was the first in their character vocal series. Also in this series is Kagamine Rin Len, who came as a package deal, and Megurine Luca, who had delayed production, and because of that, Krypton scrapped the idea for a 4th character vocal. Now, looking at the box art of these three, you may notice that Rin and Luca have tattoos as well, Rin's being 02 and Luca's being 03. But wait, what about Len? For a long time I was confused about this. Shouldn't Len have the 03 tattoo and shouldn't Luca have a 04 since she was technically the 4th? And even if they are treating Rin and Len as one voice bank, how come Rin gets one and Len doesn't? Is it just a girl thing? Seriously, how am I the only person who has ever wondered that? I even looked it up and everything I saw was about Rin's tattoo. From such a lack of evidence, most people probably just believe that he never had one, but it turns out that that is not the case. Enter Unofficial Hatsune Mix, a manga made by the original designer of these 4 Vocaloids. It's made up of lots of different stories to present the Vocaloids in a variety of different ways. One of my favorites is this one story where it's Valentine's Day and Len has a crush on Mako, but then she totally friend-zones him. It's like, oh, you're such a cute little brother, because she likes Kaito, so... Get wrecked. Kaime for life, Len. Anyway, there is one specific illustration based off of a story that's a parody of The Little Mermaid, in which Len is shirtless, and he does, in fact, have a tattoo. So, what does this mean? Well, if this manga was made by Kei, the original designer, then that proves that the original design was for Len to have a 0 tattoo on his right shoulder rather than his left shoulder like the girls, which makes sense since he is a mirror image to Rin. Even if this was canon, how come nobody knows? In some of the box art, Len's right shoulder is facing away from us. And even if it was faced towards us, his sleeves are long enough to cover it. Maybe we'd be able to see if his sleeves were shorter. So the logical conclusion here is that Len's artist did want him to have a tattoo like everyone else, but since it's not visible in the official art, nobody noticed it. So, now that you know, what are your opinions on this? Should we try and normalize Len with a tattoo? As I said at the beginning, I'm not one for theories much, but nobody else has addressed this, and the evidence was sitting right in my face. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts about Len having a tattoo in the comments, and I guess I'll see you next time.